This lady can handle and control the kitchen.
0-0.
Can she do it enough to take down Paris? We'll find out.
Here we go. Paris Todd to serve. Let's play pickleball.
Point one, yes, Dave, she can.
I feel like she's hit a few volleys in her life. That just looked very controlled as we've seen her play.
0-0. Point.
And Kaitlyn Christian in phenomenal shape, clearly, but 9-11, 11-9, 11-9. If this match gets extended, that was the previous round scoreline, but possibly some
1-0.
fatigue could jump in, as Federico mentioned that Alshon had a tough quarterfinal as well.
Wow, what court coverage. Might have played an out ball.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was against Brooke Buckner, that long match that you mentioned. So there is carryover, and that's part of it. And your ability to rally is what enables you to get to the final.
Yeah, nobody cares about your previous match. You better put in the work in between tournaments to not let it affect you in the moment. Oh, she had a tough 3 game. I might lay off a couple of these drives. Yeah, right.
1-0.
Wow. I mean, she got put in jail on the return and almost got out of it.
Yeah, I really loved the forehand up the line pass from Kaitlyn Christian, but just carved beautifully from Paris Todd on the drop volley.
Side out.
Back foot. We know Paris likes to step in. Back foot on that pass attempt. Have to monitor that third shot, court positioning, where she's striking it from Paris Todd throughout the match.
Point.
And a missed return. I don't believe that ball came up, but either way, a nice serve from Kaitlyn Christian.
2-0. Point.
Clean up the line from Kaitlyn Christian. No shot for Paris Todd. Great forehand.
And if you're new here and you haven't seen her play, this lady also was the body double for Emma Stone in the Battle of the Sexes movie.
Love Emma Stone. Great last name, great actress. I mean, tell you what.
I gave you that one and you took it. Yeah, so she got to do all the tennis scenes. It was Kaitlyn Christian. Great movie about that Billie Jean King versus Bobby Riggs battle. So check that out.
I mean, that's
side out.
The body double from Emma Stone and like a blockbuster motion picture. I mean, how many people can say something like that?
It's a very small number, sir. Oh, and that's just clean as can be, and the fist pumps, and Paris has not found her passing shots yet, and she needs to quickly.
Yeah, I mean, very early. But watch out if she can stripe it up the line with the forehand, and now the backhand side, Kaitlyn Christian.
Side out.
Actually had one of her easier approaches there and just didn't hit through it.
Zero, 4.
And Kaitlyn Christian, from what I've seen in her singles game, the frequencies of coming forward is higher than a lot of the other female players. So I don't expect her to stop, especially with the quick start. She's going to look for all opportunities to come forward and use that length and athleticism.
Side out.
That's one of the easier first volleys. But I like the middle approach there from Kaitlyn Christian. She got what she wanted, didn't execute, but take those targets, make those targets harder to find for Paris Todd.
Those are just pretty volleys.
Yeah, and I love those that are kind of in the middle. We talk about the drop volley and then the keep them back volley. Play the middle of the court too. You have a little more margin for error on that shot than a pure drop volley.
Point.
And if Kaitlyn is winning the rallies from the baseline, that is massive trouble for Paris.
Yeah, and I would definitely give Paris the slight edge just from a flat-out ground stroke perspective, so I couldn't agree more, Dave.
Timeout receiver.
And, one of the
5-0, 1 minute.
take my time timeouts from Paris Todd, but what a start for Kaitlyn Christian. And Kaitlyn is just going to hang out on the court. That's how confident she is. I don't need to sit down. I feel great, and I don't blame her. What a start.
Yeah, I agree, and that's the key. We know about the volleys and the court coverage, but the ground strokes, when they're both back and when Paris has decided to come forward, have been the difference for this 5-0 start for Kaitlyn Christian. I mean, someone with this skill set, when they decide to go from part-time to full-time, you better watch out, because it could be slow improvements because she's been around for a while, even though never full-time, or she could just take a big leap at any moment.
Yeah, she can. And then we talked about Augie Guh
15 seconds.
on the men's side. You and I have talked about it in our approach
One
to
timeout,
pro
two
and how we
timeouts.
got into it. You got to get in the cool kids club, because once you're there, everyone wants to be your partner, and then that just springboards you up the rankings.
5-0.
So a very impressive start here to try and find a final.
And a great avenue to get into that club is to go through singles. We don't have to count on anyone. So you see singles, you're out there by yourself, you have some results there. People take notice in the pickleball community.
What a get from Paris, but Kaitlyn's just waiting for it.
Yeah, and great high net clearance and spin landing deep in the court from Christian. Paris Todd just swiping at it, and what a lopsided score line.
Unbelievable.
Early, this is surprising.
Look at that tennis approach shot. Just carved the turkey there. My goodness.
Yeah, one-handed backhand.
Those two that have hit it, the rattlesnake can play. So that's going to be fun to watch them over the next couple days.
Point.
I mean, she's even jumping in front of the baseline to look for something to come in after that. I mean, this is domination. 2 points from pickling Paris.
9-0. All recall. 9-0.
I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, and you can see Paris Todd has a great low to high stroke and hitting through the ball, but she's forced to just brush straight up on the ball because she's on her back foot every time.
Game point.
Side out.
Paris chooses to come forward and gets the miss, so at the
Side out.
Paris chooses to come forward and gets the miss, so at the very least, maybe she can get on the board here.
Zero, 10. Point.
And that she does. There will be no pickle here, but I think Paris probably came into this match thinking, I'm just going to play from the baseline, and that may not work.
Yeah, it's one of the easier fixes to just, I'll come in more. And after this score line, I expect the rest of this game and possibly in game 2 for her to come in more frequently.
Point.
Well, yeah, what happened there? It must
I don't know.
But how did it come back to her so quickly?
What happened there?
There's no bar at the top.
It's like a pitch back from back in the day. What happened there? Just was back on her paddle so fast.
Point.
Didn't work out, but I like it.
Sure.
It's that mid-level in the court volley out wide, and Kaitlyn Christian can really carve it on both sides.
3,
So
10.
if she gets another one of those, I hope she goes for the same shot.
And you saw the wind just causing all sorts of shake on the camera. So another chance for Kaitlyn here.
10-3. Side out.
It seems like she's almost made the more difficult approaches,
Yes.
and the layup approaches, she's kind of guided into the court, but they're not finding the court right now.
No, that was wished forward and
3,
not surprisingly caught the net.
Side out.
pretty calm at the kitchen.
So.
I mean, almost no wasted motion, and you know
Game
I
point.
love that. It's one of my favorite lines. The more extra motion, more things can go wrong.
Well, we got to clean up our throwing the ball through our legs before we
10-3.
serve here. We saw Schneemann fumble one as well. Another chance to close it out. And she does with an emphatic volley. And
11-3, Christian.
Kaitlyn Christian.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
Welcome back, everybody. Dominant game one for Kaitlyn Christian. Paris,
Game
Todd,
two,
you
time in.
mentioned her
0-0.
mental, high-level problem solving. It's going to be put to the test here.
Point.
Love that volley short in the court. It doesn't have to be an angle. You can go short in the court straight ahead. And lateral movement is not north-south movement. It's different for every player.
1-0.
And I think Paris moves better laterally than up and back.
Side out.
Miss hit on that pass attempt, but Paris coming forward early in game two. Beat her in. It's a good way to get it
0-1.
done.
Point.
Yeah, and that is not on the back foot, which we saw so much from Paris Todd in game one. That time, contact point, got that momentum behind it, and a much cleaner
1-1.
passing shot from her.
Point.
Is Lee Waters over there passing out serving advice again?
If she goes to the slice the slice side spin serve, then something's going on for sure.
2-1.
Yeah, wind's just going to blow that wide.
And what a volley, too, from a low position. But the lob serve has got a short return, and Paris is following that in.
3-1. Side out.
And Kaitlyn was in absolute jail right
So
there.
I'm loving the lob serve right now because that first volley would have been 5 feet behind the kitchen line had it gone over from the pass. Couldn't agree more, Dave.
Okay, let's
1-3.
see if Christian can adapt here. And that is a beautiful pass.
Yes, she can. that was very nice at not full pace up the line.
She even cheated to protect the backhand. That's
2-3.
really good. I mean, look at how that ball moved in the air. So as you can see, the wind is moving across the court from the left to right across your screen. And nice
3-2.
patience. Paris knew she was way ahead. Don't try to do anything too glamorous.
Side out.
Well, the drop volleys today they need to be practiced across the board here. That was not good, but live to tell about it.
Live to tell about it. Yeah, some of the timing
Can I be up too?
on the drop volleys has probably not been the best shot selection. I still love the shot at the right
2-3.
time. I just think some of the competitors have not been picking the appropriate moments.
Point.
Paris went with that fake that Schneemann did earlier and guessed right, but the shot was still too good from Kaitlyn Christian. And right back, nice response, 3 up.
3-3. Point.
Boy, and Paris is just begging her to come forward with that cut mid-court return.
Yeah, that was the floaty cut. You have the one that hits the court and bites and
4-3.
skids, and then you have the one that floats and sits up. Unfortunately for Paris, it was the latter. And I like it. I mean, I think game one, she hangs back on that ball and just continues to battle from the baseline after 2 or 3 quality ground strokes. This game looking to step forward when possible.
3, 4.
I mean, the lob serve is a thing because Kaitlyn's footwork was jacked on that. Couldn't even get to the net. Hit a very feeble return.
It's absolutely been the difference for me in this game.
4, 4.
That was the first true quality return off of the lob serve, and it might have been one of the better ones Paris hit. So, you know, Kaitlyn Christian, she's got some muscle memory. She's got some technique on her side. She'll get it figured out, even though, as I mentioned, I think it is the difference right now in game 2.
That is a beautiful approach, and you do not get to pinball it between the post and that little opening there. That is a dead ball when it hits there. The question is can she get to the finish line against a great player?
Deep middle approach. Big fan of that play from Paris Todd, and of course, positive energy after that well-struck volley.
4, 5. Point.
And the fact that Paris has been able to put these lob serves within an inch of the baseline consistently in the wind.
Harder to do on the lob serve than a standard serve to get it that tight to the baseline. They've all been within a foot, it seems like.
I mean, Kaitlyn was skating along that's usually when you see a player do that, they're in, but survives.
Yeah, I like her control at the kitchen line, but I thought she got too cute with that first volley.
What a pass from Paris Todd. Magnifique.
Yes, it was. And what an angle off a great approach shot from Kaitlyn Christian. Too good from Paris.
5, 5.
Oh, that's good.
That's a great look at it there. Nice job, Truck.
Oh, just wide. She had her frozen. But I really love the point of view views. When it's kind of like it's coming from the player, you can really see the angle and how tight these margins are for the players.
Yeah, the wind betrayed Kaitlyn there, as that was the right shot down the line, but pulled wide.
Side out.
Worked a second ago, not that time.
It didn't quite get the paddle head underneath the ball enough.
It's under.
I think it just shows how a couple points ago how good it was. When you see her go for it again and it's not particularly close.
5, 6.
Man, great foot speed from Todd, but really no chance. At least she made her hit another volley.
Yeah, and it's a copycat sport. Paris doing the lob serve. Kaitlyn Christian throws in a lob serve as well. I mean, it's working for Paris. Why not try it? And it works.
6, 6.
The ladies with the twoies love to get a full swing at a swinging volley out of the air on the left side of their body.
And I like the return to the forehand of Kaitlyn Christian. I think that created an angle on the next shot for Paris Todd, and she found the open court.
6, 6. Point.
But you can see that just a little hiccup.
Yeah.
A little hiccup in her technique where she thinks it's there, and then she has to create her own space.
7,
or
6.
own pace, sorry, and unforced errors creep in.
Side out.
Little T serve there that had Kaitlyn on the run, but didn't pay it off.
6, 7. Point.
Man, blistered into the corner. That's a tough ball to deal with when Christian's coming forward.
Yeah, I agree. And Paris is about 5 feet behind the baseline when she strikes that. You know, with the wingspan athleticism of Christian, almost impossible to get it past her from that spot.
Point.
Wow, missed return, and Christian now noses back in front.
Eight, 7.
The angle she's trying to get. Wow, what court coverage from Kaitlyn Christian, because I thought she was a little cash on the first volley.
Well, because she was, Dave.
He's seen his share of racket sport events for sure. So that's a good man to have over there.
Time in.
Can
9,
Kaitlyn
7.
Christian get the last 2 and get to Sunday? Kaitlyn took one ginormous step to the forehand there.
Yeah, we'll just label her fooled on that particular cross-court roll from Paris Todd.
7, 9. Point.
Wow. So you talked a lot in her last match about more drops, less drives, and that one was money.
Yeah, and I like the calmness and control at the
8,
kitchen
9.
line from Christian, but you got to stick a couple volleys every now and then as well.
Oh, okay.
Side out.
that is an extended out
Yes,
call. She held that up there for a while.
Yeah.
And she is out of timeout, so there's nothing we can do here. So
you have no more timeouts.
And that is James Otto explaining what's going on, Ben Farmer and Onisha Smith. So
9, 8.
Christian, another chance. Wow,
Point.
Full stretch volleys all over the 20-by-44, and Kaitlyn Christian has a match point.
Match point. 10, 8.
Oh, and the shorter one again, a little guidey.
I think guidey is well said. Just rip through. It's a great deep serve. You're well inside the baseline going for that passing shot. Let it fly.
8, 10.
So Paris saves a match point. Can't reach that one. Todd, 1 away from forcing extra pickleball.
9, 10.
And that is exactly what she does. And Christian has been really funneling the ball to the backhand here, which I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, playing with fire.
10, 10.
Just,
Side out.
I know we'd love to see the first volley stuck a little more, but the second one there is just absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I can't say too much if she's going to follow up that first volley with that one right there. Just, you can see it hit the court and take off to Paris's left.
10, 10. Side out.
Wow, another one in about the same spot on the court there. Had a lot of room to get the pass as Todd came flying forward.
10, 10. Side out.
Wow, just missed down the line.
And the last 3 or 4 have gone cross court on that two-handed backhand. So I like what she
10,
did.
10.
She had a sliver, just couldn't find it.
Point.
Deep return, and it is match point number 2 for Kaitlyn Christian.
Man, things change
Match
so
point.
quickly out here. The swings of emotion.
11, 10.
And that will do it, and she goes flying around the kitchen to make sure that she doesn't have the momentum in there. And Kaitlyn Christian, welcome to Sunday. She is going to play for a title.
Well, one happy gal with me here. She just finished her match, and it was an incredible one, down to the wire. How important was it when you got to that 10-10 to say, no, I'm ending this here. We're not going past game 2?
Yeah, it's pretty tough conditions today, very windy, so I just wanted to take my chances when I had them and close it out as soon as I possibly could today. And I did, so all thumbs up here.
You absolutely did, and you landed in your first tour. How good does that feel?
It feels amazing. Thank you, Annalie, for sitting this one out. Really appreciate that. But no, it feels really good. I love singles. I love coming out here and competing, so really excited for Sunday.
Well, you mentioned Annalie, and it really opens up the draw to not have Catherine, to not have Annalie in the draw anymore. But are you not scared of anyone out there?
No, I mean, I just love to come out here and compete. I don't know a lot of the girls, so every experience is new. Today was new for me, so I just come out here with a smile and a good competition hat and do my best.
We love the positivity. Let's bring it on Sunday. Can't wait to watch you compete.